What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're now on day 3, I think it is now, of the new VR6 build. That is my old VR6, the 12 valve, the AAA. This is my new AFP Mark IV 12 VR6, and I'm basically putting all the parts from that one on this one, and hopefully getting this thing to run this week, because I'm tired of seeing my car like that. Alright, so before we get into today's video, a couple things. One, I left my big camera at work, so we're on the Sony right now, so the video quality is a little different, and the audio is a bit different. That is why. Still a good camera, but there's no mic on it, so the audio is a little bit different. Not the end of the world. Okay, so this is number 2 now. Number 2, massive shout out to all the new subscribers and just everyone who's been so supportive of this build since literally day 1, or if you're new. Either way, thank you guys so much. It means so much to me to know I have a big family behind me helping with everything to do, all the helpful comments and tips and finding me parts. Such awesome stuff. Bring me to point number 3. So I've been searching for, it's called a Hall Sender Rotor, the piece in the back cam that I'm missing that I need. I thought we were going to be able to use the Mark IV one, but it's a different style and it's too big, and it's going to hit the Mark III timing chain cover and the sensor, so I need the Mark III one. I put it on Instagram yesterday and today, just kind of looking around. A lot of people have used ones because the part's discontinued. You can't find it really new anywhere, which is kind of a pain because I really needed one. Tyler in California has one. Some guys in like PA have one. Miguel in Tampa has one. I really wanted to find one local so I could have it today, finish this off and have it in the car and try and start it like tomorrow or so. But I just couldn't find one like actually local to me. So I was gonna have one sent from kind of far away, but then I ended up talking to a few different people who said, make sure you're careful with the sensor because used ones can be problematic. They can make the engine run kind of weird once you pull them off. Sometimes there's issues with them. So I was kind of like, okay, man, I want to get a used one. I have to get a used one, but I'm kind of nervous. I want to get a couple just in case the first one doesn't work. I don't want to be SOL, you know what I mean? So later on today, maybe about 5 or so o'clock, his name is Bowie on Instagram, I'll put it right here. This man hit me up. He has a brand new in the bag Hall sensor. Brand new, never opened, in the bag, like one of one, almost like a gold mine kind of find. He hit me up. He's in New Jersey. He said, awesome, man. I will take it because it's brand new, so I have no problems. How much do you want for it? He gave me a price on it. I said, awesome. And he said, if you want to like next day air it. I said, yeah, find out a price for next to air and get back to me. And then he ended up saying, we talked a little bit, he ended up saying, don't worry about the price. I got it. It's on me. So like, I was like, are you sure? Like, I don't want you to spend your own money. It's just, I'm not that important. Are you sure? And he said, yes, I am sure. You're friends of Ed. I want to help out the Mark III. So I was like, thank you. Like, I am beyond thankful. Even though it's a little piece, like, just for someone who's never even met me to go out of their way and want to cover the cost and send me something, like, that's huge. So I couldn't pay him. He wouldn't let me pay him. But what I want you guys to do right now, Instagram is right here. Go give this man a follow. And I want you to send him a message, comment on a picture, say thank you. Says Christian, says thank you, because that is like the one piece I definitely need, because without that, the engine's gonna run like crap. So tell him thank you, give him a follow. It's things like before. This car and this kind of stuff is priceless to me because of things like that. This guy's in New Jersey. I've never met him in my entire life, but he's willing to go out of his way to want to send me this part and cover the cost. So thank you so much, Bowie. Hope you're saying your name right. I'm pretty sure it's Bowie. Bo? I'm saying Bowie. Wow. I'm sorry. I meant to say Bo. Either way, thank you so much. It means the world to me. It's kind of awesome. So without further ado, let's do some more VR6 stuff. Also, make sure you hit up Kellen and the Straw Hat Hooligans because these things are just so cool. I got a whole bunch. Don't forget, if you're coming to Air to Water, wear a straw hat like this, and I might give you one of these. Alright, so goals for tonight on the VR6. Obviously, I cannot finish the top section because without having the right sensor, I can't put on the valve cover, the timing chain cover over here, and all the rest of the manifold stuff. So we're going to leave the top section unfinished right now. The goal is to finish the entire bottom section, so which means the Mark III coolant flange on this side needs to get hooked up to this, all that's screwed in. I need to get the lower intake manifold on the fuel rail, along with the alternator, the belt, and I think that's it. Also need to make sure I put some silicone behind this, bolt those down tight. But other than that, I think we're just about there. Also, tensioner is what needs to go on. But for the most part, I can finish this entire front section. That way, when the sensor comes in for the cam, all I need to do, upper intake manifold, timing chain cover, bolt this down, and then it's just good to go. Super easy to do. Get all that done. I think Grace, over tomorrow, we're going to try and get this put in the car tomorrow and start wiring it up. Maybe, if everything goes super smooth and I get everything done tonight and the sensor comes tomorrow. No, sensor will be till Thursday. I lied. The motor we'll try and put in the car tomorrow, which is Wednesday. Then Thursday we'll try and finish up all the wiring and the rest of the stuff on the engine wise. That we can try and start it. That way, maybe by the weekend we're doing VR6 things. It's kind of ridiculous. I'm doing literally all of this again, But in the same time, I like it because one, we are really like, this is our build now. There's no more shop involved. This is like Greg and I, we're doing this ourselves. We got this. And two, like before, after the first time, I really knew the engine. Now after this time, I really, really know this platform. Like I know this VR6 very, very well. And it's cool. I like to know how to work on what I got, so it's fun. As much as it sucks to have to do all of this for a second time, I'm enjoying this, making the best out of this. One of the things I got lucky with on this engine, right here, there's just like that big canister thing, like a big breather piece that goes right here. Once you pull that off, you need a freeze plug, or you need a little like the 42 draft block off piece. Now I don't have a freeze plug, but I do have that 42 draft designs piece that goes right in there. I need to find it. It's over here somewhere, but I do have it. It was supposed to go on that engine. He ended up not using it for I don't know what reason. He put a freeze plug in, but that's good because now I have that one for this one. So after going through this entire box and realizing it wasn't there, I found this box and there it is. 42 Draft Designs, little block off piece. First couple updates here. I got the two front sensors on, the crank sensor down here and the knock sensor that's back behind there. Fun fact, I put all of this on before I put this sensor in there and I had to pull it all back off because that sensor, if you can see it, it's way in there. Giant pain to get to. So I had to pull all this back off. But either way, those two are done. This is tightened down, and then this is tightened down. A little bit of silicone behind it, and all torqued down. Next thing I'm gonna do is come over here. I'm gonna sand this down just a little bit, make it smooth, get like some of this like greasy stuff off there, make sure it's nice and smooth. A little bit of silicone, get that on, and make sure all this is all bolted up, and that will complete kind of that front little section there. Alright, now that I have this area here all cleaned off, I'm going to go ahead and put the Mark III coolant flange on. If you're watching what I've been doing all this time, I'm using the AFP block, but my harness is Mark III 12 valve. So everything on this engine for the most part needs to be Mark III. Little comparison here, this is the Mark IV coolant flange versus the Mark III coolant flange. You can already see the differences here. I have them the same way. You can see the bottoms there. But the top section, you can always see this one's Mark IV. Look at the difference in the hoses already and how the things come off. So you want to have the Mark III one, otherwise, I mean, I guess you could use a Mark IV, but the way your hose will be ran is completely different. So I'm using this one because this one's new, and this one, I already have all my hoses set up for this one. So most part, you want to use all Mark III stuff because one, the Mark III have this style connectors. If you have the Mark III harness, the Mark IV ones are the newer ones. So Mark III stuff all the way. Gonna dab some silicone around here. Also gonna do a little ring around the top side of the crack pipe. You don't want to put too much of this stuff. Just a tiny little smooth layer, enough to get it out of protection to help the gasket out. And smooth it out. Get a nice coverage. I should put the crack pipe in first and then kind of pop it all in place. This front side here is just about done. Up next will be to do the lower intake manifold and fuel rail. After that will be alternator and then tensioner and then belt. Make sure you put on the alternator and this first because if not, you can't get to the bolt. If you put the tensioner on first, you can't get to this bolt here for the alternator. So lower intake manifold, fuel rail, alternator, then tensioner, then belt. And then at that point, this whole thing's basically ready to go. We're just waiting on the sensor for there, and then top section, we're almost done. Tonight, a few that I want to show you first before I finish up. Number one, the 42 draft design piece actually goes like this. You have to put it on after the lower intake manifold is on. So once it's on, it does stick out like this, and there's a little hole to be right here next to this bolt for the lower intake manifold. You just screw it in, that way it can't go anywhere. And number two, as I was saying earlier, the sensors from the Mark IV, the Mark III are different. So this is the last one I need to switch over. This is the Mark IV, like knock sensor for the rear. You can see the difference between the Mark IV and the Mark III. So unless you're using the Mark IV harness with this engine, you're going to need the Mark III harness to fit all of these Mark III adapters. But other than that, we are just about there. Belts on, this whole front section is done, crack pipe, cone flange, all of this is ready to go. All we're waiting for now is my my Hall Center for there. Once that's there, top temperature chamber can go on there, and then it's basically the top pieces. Then in the car she goes. We're very, very close, but the only thing that's holding us up is waiting for that. And I should have that sensor or the Hall rotor by Thursday. I want to say it's Tuesday now, so by Thursday we should have that, and then everything should be ready to go. I do say we're gonna probably put the engine in the car tomorrow. Like I said, we're only waiting for one piece, and we can access that one piece once the engine's already in the car. So tomorrow we're gonna come over. We're gonna put the VR6, the new VR6, into Miley, and then get everything wired up. And then all we have to do Thursday is finish up these last little pieces, plug it all in, and then we try and start it hopefully on Thursday, if not Friday, and then pray everything's good to go. It should be, but you know, my luck's been not so great. So this is luck number 1. This is try number 2. So hopefully it ends here. We're going to end it here. This has probably been like the slowest of the day so far, but that's good because it means there's less and less for us to do. And it's so much closer to being inside my car and running and driving. We are so close. We're waiting on one piece to show up, a few pieces to put on, and we are there. It is like, it's inside. It's so close. It's all going to work this time. I hope. Don't forget, a lot of the Mark IV pieces that I pulled off of this engine here are for sale. If you want anything, just go ahead and comment below or just send me a DM. This is already spoken for. I have a pending sale on that, so if it falls through, I'll let you guys know. But there's so many more things. AC compressor, alternator, cold pack, and spark plugs. All of these things I don't need and need to go away. So if you want anything, please let me know. Other than that, don't forget, every single day, I will see you guys tomorrow probably. This is going in the car tomorrow and Thursday. Fingers crossed, we start it, and then we drive it, and we can just have fun, and then all is well with the world. That's the plan. That's gonna happen. Peace.